Hello and welcome to Gabie's Knit Goodies. I am here today to talk about gift knitting, both quick knits and a few longer ones, or one in particular. I don't actually have a whole lot of time and my family is in the house, so I've tried to find a place that they won't overhear me, and I tried to make it festive. This is my kids' tree that sits in the hallway upstairs and they decorated, and yeah, it's a personal little tree. So I brought that in to make it Christmassy. So I am probably overly ambitious with some of my gift knitting this year, and it's getting rather last minute. So all of these that I'm going to talk about are either things I've already done or things I'm in the process of doing. Yeah. So we'll talk about some of the finished knits I have that will be gifted. The first one is for my husband, and it is just a 2x2 ribbed hat made out of DK weight yarn, and it is kind of long. The intention is to be able to fold it over, so he'll be able to wear it folded over like so to keep his ears extra warm. And he likes a hat to fit kind of snug on his head, so it, instead of doing like one of the double brims that are seamed so it's fixed, I have it so that he could adjust it and make it as like snug on his head as he wants. And also having a ribbed hat means it kind of fits, you know, whatever your head size is pretty well. So this one is 4 decrease sections where you decrease on both sides of it. And it's a modified pattern from Knit How, a book by Pom Pom. Yeah, so I think he will like it. Last year I made him a hat, but it was too bright. So he wanted a deeper green. And so I actually over-dyed. I had dyed extra of that yarn. I over-dyed it to make it more of a earthy green rather than kind of a bold green. So that's gift knit number 1. I have these, which are kind of exciting. So if you know me or in my family, don't watch this video. This is a disclaimer. Don't watch the video if you know me closely and think you might get a gift from me, because you might see it ahead of time. Okay, so this one is a pair of slippers. These are the Moon Slipper Socks by Drops Design. And it's kind of a unique construction. You start here and it's a ribbed knit down to like right here, and then you like knit this front section, and then you continue knitting in the round, and then you actually like do decreases and have a seam at the bottom of your sole. So it's kind of an odd construction. Now I got from another website, which I will put that designer up here, the idea to do leather soles. Somebody had given me a bunch of leather, and so I thought it'd be nice to make it like non-slip and slightly more durable. So I ordered actually a leather punch so I could do little holes in my leather. And I think that turned out kind of cute. It kind of makes the gift knit slippers even, like, I don't know, fancier, more professional. And the only real modification I did for this pattern is that you're supposed to knit this big cuff afterwards and attach it, and I did not think it needed a cuff on it. So I just left it as is. Yeah, but I think it's cute. And I like the leather soles on there. I think it makes it look cool. It calls for, I think, a bulky weight yarn, and I held two worsted together actually to make the yarn. One of them, I think it's just like a Patton's worsted yarn, the black, and then I have one that's kind of black and gray that I have in my, I have it in my yarn shop, or I bought it for my yarn shop, and I had it in there at one point in time, but I'm not sure it is anymore. It is a non-superwash, like Highlands wool type thing. Yeah, so it's a little more rustic, but I think it works well for slippers. So, gift knit number 2. Alrighty, let's continue on the slipper train here. I am teaching a knit and crochet class, and so I was test knitting some simple slipper designs out for the class. And this was a pair I tested, and I think Wool Needles Hands podcast a while ago, I think she made these same slippers. They're called like simple house slippers, and again I'll put the information down below and on the screen here for more specifics, but they are pretty simple and easy to do. You start flat knitting a garter, like rectangle, and then you join it in the round and knit this foot part, and then you do quick decreases to give it a little toe. And then you seam up the back. So it is a pretty quick and easy project. This is that worsted weight yarn. I think I knitted on a size 7 needle, US 7. And I think I might add leather soles to this as well and give it as a gift. And I think these are more of like a lady's size. One thing I have a slightly difficult time doing is making sure I make them the same size. I don't know why. Because you're making them at different times, and yeah, I feel like one is a hair longer than the other. That'll be fine, right? So, slippers. This is number 3 for my gift knits. So I did the same pattern again, just in some of that same yarn that I dyed purple. And I think it's cute like this. So the yarn has black and gray in it. It's just the natural wool color. And then so when the dye takes, it really just takes to the lighter gray section of the yarn. But I think it makes for cool socks, or slipper socks. And yes, I haven't 100% decided who gets what yet. I have ideas. Problem is I've had a lot of ideas. This is a hat out of a Nancy in the Moss Covered Rock worsted weight yarn, and it is just a simple hat. I think Purl Soho has some free patterns. I did not use their pattern, but they have patterns that have this same spiral decrease on the top. And this turned out cute, and I think I'm going to give it to my nephew, one of my nephews, who lives in a cold climate. Alright, I have a big project that I'll show you. Mom, make sure you're not watching this. I may have shown you guys this, well, I know I've shown you guys this before if you watch any of my other episodes earlier on in the year, especially over the summer. I knit this throughout the summer. It's Caitlin Hunter's Alpine Bloom Tea. Out of Peacock is the blue, and New Growth is the contrast color. And it's beautiful, and I knit it for my mom, and it has little lace details on the sleeves and in the neckline. And I'm going to give her this for Christmas. Yeah, isn't it pretty? So hopefully she'll like it. She said she likes blue and green. So, crossing my fingers she will like that. I know it's a t-shirt, so I hope that she doesn't, I don't know. I hope that she likes it even though it's wintertime. Okay. If you're looking for an extremely quick knit to gift someone who has long hair, you could always make them a scrunchie. I have made a few scrunchies. Scrunchies were one of my projects I did for my class because they're a small project and pretty quick. So I knit a rectangle, and then I actually did a 3-needle bind off to join the rectangle into a tube. And here you can see this one. Then I just used some elastic here. You can see that. To thread it through, and then tie it like you tie a balloon. And then just make sure it's really tight. And then the final step is to tuck in your ends and then seam up that one little gap. So it's not bad. Now this is leftover yarn that I had. This is leftover peacock yarn from this sweater, held with mohair. And I have to say, holding like a fingering weight yarn with the mohair yarn gives these little scrunchies a very luxurious feel and look to them. This one really gave a nice marled effect because it's the blue and white together, but then it has such a great halo to it. And it's such a soft, just luxurious feel to it. So when you wear it on your wrist, you know, it's just soft and lovely. This one, I think is my just peachy colorway. So it's kind of orangey with little green spots in it. But then again, held with the mohair makes it this nice, soft, fuzzy look. Oh, and here you can see the two strands. So those, super quick if you're looking for something quick as like a stocking stuffer or as just an extra little gift or just something, you know, smaller for someone. Or even like a teacher Christmas gift, this would work well. And you could totally do this like the night before that you needed to give somebody something. So I love these, and my girls now want them, but these are for my nieces. So I think I might have to make some more of these. All right. Speaking of my girls, I'm almost done with this project. These are Legwarmers. I forget what the pattern is called, something like Simple Ribbed Legwarmers. Again, it is by Purl Soho, and it is a free pattern online. And there are instructions to make it like shorter or longer. I knit them out of this yarn I have. It actually was a Bear Knit Picks stroll yarn in fingering weight that I dyed with avocado skins, and it made this peachy color. And I was in the process of knitting something with it a couple of years ago and just never ended up finishing it, so I ripped it out and repurposed the yarn because this color is perfect for dance, and both of my girls dance, but one of them is always cold, so I thought that this would do really well for her. So they stretch out pretty big, even though they look really tiny when the ribbing is together. Again, when you have ribbing, it really makes it so it can fit a lot of different sizes. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but I held the yarn double because it's a fingering weight yarn. So that gave me like gave me about a worsted gauge for this, I think. Which the pattern calls for something like that. And you can see the increases rather. You start at the smaller side and you increase a few times as you go. And I am very close to finishing the second one. And I'm knitting them, I believe the same as what the pattern called for, 3.5 millimeters, US size 4. So it's at a pretty tight gauge. But it's not, I needed something mindless when I cast them on, and that's working really well. And here is the ball of yarn. It's a perfect color for her dance stuff because her like ballet pink stuff is not super like pinky. it's kind of it's very dull pink, so I think it'll work well for her. Okay, I have been on a slipper kick, as you can probably see, and again with my knit and crochet class that I'm teaching, I have students that really like to knit and students that really like to crochet. And so I have experimented with some other slipper sock or slipper patterns, so I could give them an option of a crochet version or a knit version. And so I haven't finished these, but I've begun some crochet socks, and these are by this person right here. I'll put on the screen. It's like Make and Do something or other website, and the link will be below. But it's kind of cute. You start at the toe and you increase and you go around until you've gotten that length, and then you do this. I have it in purple as the heel, and now I'm working on this section right here. You go back and forth, and then this will be probably about that wide, and it comes across, and you're going to have a button right there. So it actually looks really cute. I will try to put a picture of like the pattern photo up here because it is quite cute once it's done. Now she used a bulky yarn and I'm using a worsted weight yarn, so I did have to modify it ever so slightly. And I want to put leather soles on it. She's the one who I got the idea for the leather soles. So I want to put leather soles on this one like she has in the picture, because she has it come up and like even like a little heel like tab type thing up here. It's cute. Yeah, so this is another pair of slippers in progress. I'm not sure if my new crochet students, if this was in a bulky weight, they might be able to do it and not have a problem. But it is a bit of following instructions, maybe more than some of them can handle. But it's really not bad. All right. I have another fairly quick one. I have siblings that live in very cold climates like Alaska. And so I got this idea from Inga of Knitting Traditions podcast, and it is a water bottle cover. My water bottles should be coming in like today or tomorrow, and so I'm hoping it fits right. I found a pattern that's free on Ravelry. It says Maker Maker, and again it's a free pattern, and it is by Emily Baldwin. Not sure how you say her name, but that is the designer. And it says use hashtag MakerMakerStore online, so you could look them up on, I guess, Instagram, MakerMakerStore. But she has it for a flat and in the round for a water bottle cover. And I am holding a Knit Picks yarn double. I can't remember what the name of this colorway is, but it is Knit Picks Hawthorne wool yarn. Yeah, it's not super soft, but it's not bad. It's definitely a durable yarn because I used it for a sweater. And I'm holding it double so it makes it quicker. And it also kind of models up the colorway too, which I kind of like. So it probably would stripe even more than what it's looking like on the screen if I hadn't held them double. I like it. And this is a size, using a size 8 needles, which I think is a larger it's a larger needle size than what she calls for in the pattern because I'm holding it double because I wanted a quick knit. And I think she has a smaller yarn in the pattern. But yes, just a simple hot water bottle cover. And hopefully I can get this in the mail soon. I should be receiving the hot water bottle soon, and I really want to do one for each of my sisters, so we will see what I get done. I don't have a lot of time. Okay, going back to crochet for a moment. I think you guys will like this one. My daughter likes rodents. She has a hamster. She wants a fancy rat one day. And so I saw online, it's called a book rat. And I will put the name of the person up here in the website. And I am almost done with it. It's quite funny. It is a rat. I don't have the ears on it yet. I have the ears in the bag though. And I haven't made the eyes. But you make the head and stuff it, starting with the nose. Again, it's crochet. And then you make this flattened body. And you make these flat squished legs and tail. And so when it's sitting in a book, it's squished like this. And it'll have its, arms and its legs and its head sticking out of the book. I should really have a book to show you guys what it looks like, but I don't. Anyways, so I thought that was hilarious. Again, called the book rat, and she has a frog and a mouse and all kinds of other animals, I think a flamingo and stuff, that you can crochet. But I thought that was it's a great gift for really any age. I mean, it's fun for a kid, but if I were to give this to like one of my adult siblings, I think they would get a kick out of it. So ideally, I want to make a mouse for my other daughter. I don't know where I'm going to find the time to do all this, but we will see. Maybe we'll bleed into like the 12 days of Christmas. That would work, right? My sunlight is kind of funky here, so I apologize for that. Oh, alright, one more thing that also may be gifted, and also along the lines of that slippers. I took the concept of the simple house slipper and I am translating it into a crochet pattern. So I knit, you can kind of see the construction here, knit this flat, and then I'm going to seam up this way, and then I started crocheting in the round, and then I'm just going to decrease for the toe. So this is probably what I'm going to tell my crochet and knit class to do if they want to do a crochet version, because this is very simple and it really follows that exact same construction as the knit version, so it will be easy to have them both going at the same time and to help everyone out. So I think that is all I have at the moment. Oh, here's another idea though. Crochet coasters. This one I will link below. She has a little video that shows you how to make animal crochet coasters, and she embroiders little eyes and a mouth on it as well. So if you're into crochet, that's a quick and easy and cute thing to do. And you could totally do this and do two of them, put a face on one side and seam them together and stuff it or something for a little kid, or make a little mini purse out of it. That would totally work too. There's lots you can do if you have time. That is the key. So anyways, hopefully I didn't overwhelm you with my gift knitting. I am definitely overwhelmed with my gift knitting. But I am excited to do them and to send them out. And I hope that I can get done what I want to get done. So wish me luck, and I wish you a Merry Christmas. Bye.